Hello and welcome back to the Shifting Realms. Hopefully you tuned into our session 0 to get to know some of these beautiful, bright and shiny faces that we've got sitting around this table with us. If this is your first time joining us, let me give you a little bit of a heads up as to what you can expect. We are calling this our session 0.5. I don't know about you all, but I don't know how many shows or other podcasts or things I've watched or listened to. And oftentimes you dive in, there's an hour and a half of you got to get people where they're going. You got to get them from here to there. And I love the world building. Don't get me wrong. It's literally my job to do this world building. And I do love it, truly. But we thought to ourselves, what if we just called it session 0.5 and we did all the fun traveling nonsense and we just did all that for a little while? So if you want to, I'm not saying you should. In fact, I'm telling you not to, but you could if you wanted to. Skip right to session 1 if you wanted to. But you're going to be very confused. It's like whenever you skip a very important cutscene. Right, it's like when you skip an important cutscene in a video game and you're talking to a random person on a bench and then you're fighting God at the next end of that. So I'm saying you could.
Yes, the Final Fantasy series.
Right, pretty much. So again, what I'm saying is, this is session 0.5. We're going to meet everybody. In session 1, we're going to get down to business. But don't you want to get to know us a little bit?
Viewer discretion is advised.
I heard the Law and Order theme begin to play in my head. I don't know why, but I think we all just had that, yeah.
Well, I figured I'll just check that box.
Yeah,
we're good. We're good. Okay, cool.
So as we dive into this, we're going to get to know not only who the characters are, but why they've come together, for what purpose they've been traveling, and hopefully, this is me hoping with all of the power in my being, that they're going to come together, truly love each other, like each other most days, and decide to become the best of friends so soon. So soon. I say this because I know this is not what is going to happen. We'll be right back after this intro.
Tulu, what do you think? I'm looking for something. Something that I need for one of my potions. There's one. Everyone, I found it. The saffron field cap.
People ask me, am I a good person or a bad person? I don't even know if I am a person. I have no memory from before I met these people. They're the only friends I have, and I will protect them.
Stick close. Anything could be out there. Trust me. Dying isn't the worst thing that'll happen to you out here. What's out there? I've seen what it can do, and I won't let it happen again. I can't fix what she did.
Oh, that sounds simply dreadful. You must have been terrified. Would you mind repeating that last part? Don't be afraid to really slow it down. Let's dig into the details.
Usually, when walking into a situation, I shoot first and ask questions later. Gives me the best kind of information.
The secrets of Archaeath and the Arcs. Why we've hardly scratched the surface. I intend to make the first dent. Where you see binaries, I see an alloy. Divine, arcane, wholly separate forms of the weave. I have combined them.
You know, it's the weirdos who want to save the world. They're usually the lunatics who endanger it. Hey, you know, that's pretty good. I'm going to write that down. Hold on, where's my pen? Where's my pen?
traveling. It's a simple concept. Maybe not so much in a high fantasy setting like we're going to be exploring tonight. The idea of moving from one place to another place, picking up bits of your life, whatever you're able to carry on your back. Maybe you're fortunate enough to have a wagon, have a cart, to relocate, to travel. To essentially be an adventurer is an investment. An investment in yourself, an investment in the capabilities and the skills that you have. Individuals travel from far and wide to arrive to the city known as Port Haven, in the southern reaches of the realm of Eldoray on the continent of Viridia. Not terribly far from the sun-soaked beaches of the sun-soaked shores, roughly 2 weeks' travel from Port Haven. This area is lush. As far as we can call things lush in this campaign setting, the Shifting Realms, things are tough. The further you get away from the verdant forest of the Verdant Dominion, and the closer you get to the coastlines, you find yourself, well, struggling. The individuals make do with the places that they have and with what little fertile farmland they are able to secure, manicure appropriately to feed the populace. Port Haven exceeds where other major cities fail. Port Haven is a major port city. It is looked over, ruled over, by the noble house Stormwave of the lineage within the realm of Eldoray. Folks here do not want for much, for annually, they are able to ensure that there are plenty of trade maintained on the seas, both within and around Viridia and beyond to the continents abroad. You can consider Port Haven a city more akin to an army base, a military operation where their first and foremost objective is to ensure the safety and security of their populace. Naturally, an opportunity like this has drawn the masses. In this world, people look for hope, something to hold on to grasp onto. They seek community where they've oftentimes had loved ones taken from them. And this city offers this. Port Haven is an opportunity, so what has begun as a military outpost has grown and grown and grown over the years as flocks and waves of refugees from individuals that have been afflicted, their villages, their families, their loved ones, by the Scourge, by the encroaching of these hallowed spaces known as the Void Zones. What they knew to be true, what they loved, where they called home and laid their head, no longer exist. So they find themselves traveling to Port Haven. Yet, not all of our adventurers need to make that travel themselves. Tonight we start with Enoch. Enoch, your senses come to. You feel the operational whirring, the buzzing, the whizzing. You feel as if it is bringing you back to life. You've had snapshots. You found yourself on a ship, you think. Found yourself moving, some type of horse or other type of beast of burden carriage. Found yourself in and out of crates and barrels. But you see, you are lying on a cot in a dimly lit room. It is a cell. There is a grate of bars before you, and on the other side of these bars, you see two dwarven individuals. They stand there, glancing to the left, glancing to the right. You see in their hands, they wield heavy crossbows. They appear to be wearing some type of infantry-esque uniform, or at least without any type of role. It seems as though they're wearing the same uniform, militaristic in nature. Enoch, your senses come to, but they feel dulled. What would you like to do in your room?
First, as I come to,
I hold out my arm, flex each digit individually, moving each joint through its full range of motion.
There's almost a slight delay, but it functions as it should.
And most importantly, I am looking at the gems that are actually embedded into my forearm, on my right arm. There are 3 of them. There are 2 of them right
Your
now.
memory's foggy.
Yeah.
You thought there were 3, but there are 2.
And I take a moment to puzzle over that. And then I then start to feel if I have any part of my body has been damaged, which was part of the process of moving all my joints and appendages.
It seems more like a mental or an operator error. Something in the operating system itself seems to be slowed, dulled. Your chassis seems to be in perfect working order. And speaking of that, what does Enoch look like?
Enoch I am a gear forged. So I am an automaton. The first thing that anyone would notice about me is that I am not a flesh and blood creature. I'm a construct. My body is made out of metal, wood, glass. Within that are veins, so to speak, but they're more like tubes. And then I also have crystals for eyes. I stand about 7 feet tall, and while I am somewhat lanky because I don't have, what would be the equivalent of, fat or muscle, I still am quite heavy. And I also, as I mentioned, have 2 gems embedded in the forearm of my arm. Am I wearing anything right now?
No.
Okay. Rated R, baby!
My modern sensibilities.
No. So, well, actually, my first thing then, looking at my unclothed form, is one of the first things I would do is if there's a sheet on the cot or anything, or any kind of a blanket at all.
There is.
So I take that and I immediately take it and I wrap it around my waist as you would, wrap a towel around yourself if you're trying to protect your modesty.
Yeah.
And then I look to the 2 guards. Where am I?
There is a startling, and you watch as shivers come from first their head down to their toes and back up, as they then grasp tightly onto the heavy crossbows, take a couple of steps forward before turning around. Oi! You weren't supposed to wake up? Rocco! We got a live one. And they aim their heavy crossbows at you. And you see the other one speak up. Oh, Stucco! I don't know. What should we do? They didn't tell us he was going to be awake.
Please. I mean you no harm.
What are you hiding? Looks down below your waist.
The whole time that I've been speaking to them, I've been clutching my throat as if I feel like something is wrong. I am trying to hide my nether regions.
Oi, Stucco! This one's embarrassed.
Modest would be the word.
Huh. You watch as he feels over. Modest. You want some clothes? You gonna do anything funny if I give you any clothes?
I would very much like a pair of trousers. And no, I am not typically very funny.
And you watch as they like calculate slowly. Stucco leans over to Rucko. Oi, I don't know. I don't think we should be doing this, boss said. Slippery, this one. Said it was some kind of weapon.
Please. I mean you no harm.
Stucco speaks up. Yeah, you got a weapon? You hiding under there? Looks again below your waist.
Not there.
And you watch as Stucco speaks up. Well. Drop it and spin.
Do I have to?
And you watch as they go into a huddle. I don't know. Boss said it's bad. Shouldn't be waking up. We got bad instructions. The other one speaks up. We got bad instructions, but he said he was a weapon. I don't know. What do you think we should do? I don't know about any type of clothes that can cause any more problems than this. What if the weapon's inside him? I'm not doing that. They come up from the huddle. What size? Big. I got it. And one of them starts walking off.
And now I'm going to try to look and see if I have any set of tools.
You would see that the only things that you still have on your person would be things that were either internally affixed to you, or that's pretty much it. If you have any of your compartments, which you had items in, individuals would not have been able to open that, even in your off state.
Okay, so then in a compartment on my left hand, or my arm in the forearm, I slide it down and I take a small set of Tinker's tools out. And then I begin to, and I actually open a panel on my throat and begin to tinker with it as the dwarf has left to find a man a pair of pants.
The dwarf that is remaining, you would watch as they have turned to watch as their friend Stucco appears to be heading off to gather whatever it is. They turn around to see you with some type of foreign device to them, tinkering with your throats. Calls back out, "Oh! This one's trying to off himself!" And they throw open the cell door, and the one that is there comes in and attempts to like tackle you.
He will not tackle me. I'm going to...
Does an 18 strike?
It does not.
Beautiful. Comes in, grabs onto you. And this dwarf is essentially bringing all of the historical weight of the mountains of their forefathers onto you. Runs and jumps, clamps onto you like a cat that has just like gone onto the side of its scratching post.
I was attempting to fix my voice box.
Oh, I know that.
Was I successful?
Sure.
Okay.
You are unfazed by this dwarf climbing you.
My good man, would you please unhand me? I told you before, I mean you no harm. However, I will defend myself.
From like your rough midriff, probably like a little bit above the navel, below your chest, you can feel, but it almost senses like it's still dulled. The sensation of their beard rubbing up against the chassis comes in several seconds after. You still feel dulled. And this dwarf shimmies down.
It's like that.
Yeah, get closer for me. Let's make that real.
The ASMR.
Feel it. Shimmies back down. And about that time, you hear the rushed footsteps. And they seem to have not just trousers, but random clothes, various bags, rucksacks. They didn't know exactly what to find for you specifically. Everything all right in here? Standing at the outside and is curious whether or not they should just forego their friend and shut the door.
No, everything is all right. Please, I just would like to have some clothes to wear. It's dreadfully cold in here, and my parts are exposed.
Watch as they can't help themselves, but looking down once again.
Oh, I never seen nothing like that. How you talk like that?
When I became awake, my voice box was broken, but I've repaired it.
No. Like, it's almost like you got an opinion. Are you broken?
The other dwarf has clambered down. The one at the gate throws the clothes in. They begin walking back towards it, pulling the gate shut, locking it back up.
I dress myself as quickly as I can, and I will turn away from the guardsmen to dress myself.
They appear to be looking quite interested, not in so much the act of you clothing yourself or even your naked form. The question that they've just asked seems to ring more poignantly as your senses seem to slowly be coming back. Are you broken? You seem to have an opinion.
He doesn't really have anything to say to that. But I say, yeah, my old boy, now that you've done me the kindness of providing me clothing, will you now let me out?
No, we can't be doing that. Boss says you have to stay, so you stay. It's as simple as that. Boss said you were going to be asleep. Off. I thought you was dead. Can you die?
I do not know.
That's real heavy, man.
Yes, I am very dense.
And you watch as a mental calculation.
Damn. Listen, we can't be going. Letting you out. You're gonna stay here. All right? Sound good?
No, it does not sound good.
Looks over to Stucco. Sound good to you? Sound good to me.
Well, go and get your supervisor and bring him
2
here
to 1.
to speak with me. I will appeal to his better angels. Plead for my release.
Boss ain't got no angels.
This is the choice I present to you. You will let me out, or I will leave my own accord.
And you watch as Stucco leans over to Rucko.
Boy, it's above our pay grade. Let's let the boss handle this. All right, if you think so. Very well. Stay here. We'll get the boss. Sound good?
Very well.
And you watch as they both go to walk away, and it looks like Rucko makes it about 60 feet, and you can hear, even from this distance,
Oh, it's like a one-person job. I'm gonna go back and watch the prisoner.
and heads back to stand outside your gate.
You, good sir, what did you say your name was?
Oh, it's Rocco Stacco.
As you said, I am, and he kind of twitches almost when he says this, I am broken. My auditory processing is not quite what it once was. I could not quite hear you. Could you come closer to tell me your name? Names are very important.
Leans in, straight up to the bars.
You're like I need to even say it slow, right? Rocco.
As he is doing that, I'm going to launch my arm through the gate and pull it towards it. to try to bash his head against the. I am not trying to kill him.
We'll see.
Are you saying you don't even have to try?
But I will get out of here.
Beautiful. And here it's where we pan.
All right, I see where you're at.
To the noisy, crowd-filled markets up above, where Enoch currently is. Strangely enough, you hear none of these.
Yeah.
Jabanu. Oh, Jabanu.
Hello.
Jabanu, you've actually been here in Port Haven for several weeks. You've been here long enough to not only make it past the 2-week introductory period where non-residents have to go through some type of good standing inventory, if you call it, to then go ahead and get a temporary mercantile license to now set up a small pop-up shop in one of the main market districts overlooking the harbor. And you've done this intentionally, Jabanu, because, and I'll let you maybe share some of the specifics as you feel comfortable, but what I think you need to know in this moment is you're not necessarily here by choice. Maybe you chose to come here, yes, you could have run somewhere else, but Lorid, the Dream Weaver, the mistress of the night sky, the astral sea, and the space between, at least as it pertains to dreams, the individual who has brought you back from death, given you your purpose, given you your mission, has left you with a very specific and very intentional missive. And the name is Irilus. Find her. She's shown you her in your dreams. In fact, she went so far as to help you invade the young woman's dream to get a better understanding of who she is, who it is you are protecting.
Invade's a strong word.
And it's what she does. It's what she does, Jabanu. She's a goddess. She doesn't mince words. And you find yourself overlooking the harbor at your pop-up shop in the small mercantile quarter over this area, waiting for the ship that you know for a fact, because Lord has told you, Irilus will be on. Soon, whether things change. It's another day to wait. A beautiful morning, Jabanu, as you open up your shop. What are you doing?
Well, so my shop is just my old, chipped paint, purple, covered wagon, pulled by a single goat, my riding goat, Maiza. She's perfect. And right now I'm selling books. I imagine at this moment Jabanu's complaining to Maiza, like, they said my license was expired 80 years ago. I mean that's ludicrous. Like, what's changed from 80 years to now that, I got to go through the process again and prove,
Head lilting side to side in fervent agreement.
Thank you. Anyway, let's see what I got here. Illustrated Gardens of Eldertree by Vanestra Valley. Trash. Let's see.
Throws it onto the discount pile.
Discount pile. The Best Bars in Arceus by Barley the Fool and Gimrick the Spectacle. I start thumbing through it. No, these are all wrong. No. Trash.
Discount pile.
Discount pile. Trash. I've got a few copies of The Sultan in the Sky and the sequel, The Courtesan and the Witch by Adulate Corsair. Those aren't in the discount pile.
Prominently
Those
displayed.
are going at full price. Let's see. Let me describe Jabanu while I'm at it. Jabanu is a desert elf, about 5'5", wearing a brown cloak with a hood over top of a kind of leathery metal pieces brigandine armor. It's a very flexible, form-fitting armor. He's got olive complexion, the kind of like Arab olive complexion of the Levant, as well as a chin warmer beard, black hair put up in a bun, with streaks of gray in it. His age is showing. He's somewhere between 400 and 500. You lose count. About middle age for an elf. He's some of the wrinkles are starting to show. He started acting like an old person a long time ago. Like long before.
Roughly 400 to 500 years ago.
Yeah, roughly 400 to 500 years ago. And right now he's just plying his trade. You, sir, you look literate.
Individual seems to be kind of thumbing through the discount pile. You see that they are a human individual, roughly about 5'8", 5'9". You see that they're a little bit greasy even for this early in the morning. They
love humans.
Seem to have their hair, which is kind of jet black and just oiled back hard. They're wearing a suit that can only be described as like a zoot suit. Is this the best that you have to offer?
Well, let's see. I've got, there's a book I have by the renowned Blake Nesto. It's called My Octopus Creature.
Read it!
And How I Narrowly... Oh, I see. Let's see. I mean, the Illustrated Gardens, if you have a coffee table. This I
don't believe in tables. I believe only in open concepts.
Do you? I love that. That's so nice.
You see that this individual appears to be wearing a name tag on their zoot suit, and the name seems to read Lazav Rahelis. And below that, in a fancy script, it says the following: acquirer of goods and closer of deals.
Oh.
If you do not have anything that piques my interest, then I should go on to the other stall.
I see by your clothing that you, sir, have taste. And I should have opened with this, but have you read The Sultan in the Sky by Adelaide Corsair?
Book club has talked about reading it. I have not read it myself.
I see. Well, I mean, you want to catch up on it with the book club, and most of them they've read it in, just the chapter by chapter. But
hold on, it's hot down here, and they pull out a small thing of pomade and begin to reapply. Let me see it.
A little more ASMR.
All right.
As they reach out their hands covered in pomade.
Well, let me just, if you'll permit me, sir. One of these. Thank you. I'm gonna wipe it for him. Right here, you see this. This is a signed copy of the entire manuscript for the first book.
You watch as they immediately seem very interested in that and then quell it somewhere deep down. Don't let them know your true intentions.
Concealed appeal.
Well, then I say that sometimes those are forgeries. How do you know the author? How did you get it?
Oh, me and the author? Oh, I'm one of his primary distributors, so to speak.
I deal in the finer things, specifically the nitty and the gritty. How do you know them? If I'm to pay coin, good coin, I imagine, for this, I imagine that this must be proved to be true, accurate.
Right here in the back, certificate of authenticity.
You watch as they reach into another pocket in their zoot suit and they pull out what appears to be at first a small monocle, and then you watch as they twist it, it kind of comes out further and further and further, telescoping out until they're putting it almost directly onto the paper down below and just scraping up and scraping down the paper. May I?
Please.
And you watch as they take it. How much?
Why, for a signed first edition with a certificate of authenticity, that'll run you 20 gold, my friend.
You watch as they go to reach for their pouch, which is prominently displayed on their side, on the exterior. And they grab it, and you can hear the jangling of much more than 20 gold pieces into it. As they then, that's mighty steep. Why don't you come down for a fellow? Highlights their name tag. Businessman such as myself.
I see. Well, I'm afraid I must have misjudged you. I'm certain there are plenty of other. I already have people lined up.
You watch as pomade and sweat begin to roll down their forehead.
I like start packing up. In fact, you know what? It's getting close to the end of the day for me. I think I'll call it here. You know,
No. It might be good if I were to read it before the book club. Really spend some time understanding it. 20, you say?
Yeah, 25.
And reaches in and accidentally pulls out 30, counts it, puts 5 back in, and holds her hand out. Gives you 25 gold pieces.
I'm going to try to hide my excitement because it's been rough.
Go ahead and give me deception, performance. Give me something. Yeah.
I guess the proficiency in performance, so I'll do that one. Let's do. Oh my god! I got a net 20!
First one of the campaign.
Get them out, folks.
Yes, the first roll.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be, and then cut it. I stole it from you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I did that.
This is a precedent that we cannot keep up.
You watch as this individual like holds this for a second, and there's like this. Their mind is racing. What have I been bamboozled? What looks up to you, stoic, like great choice. Whatever your energy is in this moment, they look quite sure of themselves, full of themselves. They put it down. Well, my next appointment is not until... Looks up at the sun. Well, I have several hours until my next appointment, so if you don't mind, I will be nearby reading. Do you have any type of policy if I find this unsuitable?
Yes, I do. If you don't like it, then you can return it to me in my office in the city of Archaea.
Oh, that is quite far. Is that your only office?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well,
and of course, if you like it, there's the sequel.
They immediately reach into their other side of their zoot suit and they pull out what appears to be a little like maybe 2.5 inch by 1.5. It looks like a piece of paper, only it's like hard and thick. And they hand it out to you, and you see that there is a shimmering over it. And it's essentially just this individual going back and forth, kind of like those old school like Pizza Hut cups that have like, if you rotate them, you see different images. And it's just this individual, Lazav Rahelis, just going back and forth over and over again, smiling like any like any like real estate bench poster that you've seen on like a bus stop type of thing, right?
Well, if you are ever in, I don't know, looking for someone to help you with any of your finer goods, acquiring various things, real estate is why I'm currently here. It's terrible business. Quite tough to get people to leave their homes.
It's tough to get people to leave conversations.
You're so... Well, I see when I am not wanted anymore.
I'm kidding. Here, I'll take that card. Yeah. Oh, it's sticky.
It's covered in pomade. And as you take that card and you look down and it says, again, Lazav Rahelis, it says acquirer of goods on the top. And then as you rotate it and it changes again, you can see the and closer of deals. You watch as the beams of sun catch this for a moment, and you can hear the tolling of a ship's bell. And off in the distance, you see the ship that you've been waiting for. Specifically, the ship that is known as the Royal Morkath. And on it, at least what you have been told, is Ireless. You've been given instructions. And I'll let you, Jabanu, figure out how you are going to interpret these instructions. But your instructions from Lord, who does not mince words, acquire her, protect her. And I'm eager to see how you do that in a non-threatening, non-creepy way.
Me too.
Do you head down towards the harbor and towards the ship? Do you close up? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna close up real quick. All right, nice meeting you. Bye. Go away.
Hurriedly shuts up shop. You watch as this Lazav Rehelis goes over to a bench outside what appears to be, it looks kind of like a tavern. It could also very well be something that is, condemned is too harsh a word, but it looks like it is something that is, we'll say in between. It is either in between owners or proprietors or something, and they sit down on a bench outside this place. And they begin to crack open the book, and you can see, even as you are hurriedly walking away, there's a smile on their face.
Yes, I do pause for a second just to look at their first
page turner. Yes. They seem to like it quite a bit.
All right. Wonderful. I'm gonna run down to the dock. Today's the day, Miza! And then
she looks just as excited as you because she seems to be remarkably bored from what they've been doing for the past couple of weeks.
All right. I'm gonna hop onto her back.
Okay.
Legolas style, the one hand, yeah, like how elves do.
Yeah.
Classic elf maneuver.
All right. To the dock. Oh wait, my wagon.
You hook up your wagon and make it at a leisurely pace down there now that you have a wagon. You see that there was a guard not too far away from there who appeared to have been just about to scold you for not riding on mountback through the open streets of the market.
Oh, yeah.
And then you stop before it gets too wild, whatever. And they go about apparently chain smoking, whatever it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
And you make your way down to the dock. But how did Ireless get here is the real question. This has been a long journey. All the way from Frostholm, down around the Cape of Western Viridia, down now to the House of Stormwave, Port Haven. This has taken several months by sea, Ireless. Most of those nights, not to put words in your mouth, but the affliction, the curse, the blessing that you've had since birth, most nights have been restless. Recently, your visions have been coming to you while you sleep. As you were first leaving Frostholm, they seemed clouded, muddied, almost like there was a veil, a lens, something covering from you seeing what it truly meant. As you've got closer and closer to your destination of Port Haven, they've become much more clear. In this most recent night, as you have slept, it's never been clearer. You see yourself sitting at a table at one end. On one side, you see 3 individuals. On the other side, you see 3 individuals. And at the other end, head point of the table, you see the 7th. And as you look, you begin to make out what their face looks like. Half of their face. Appears to be that of a half mask, covering a golden hint. More so than just a good tan, there is something intentional, something golden strewn. And you watch as they lift up a pocket watch, opening it, shutting it, opening it, shutting it. They click it shut for a final time. And this face looks back up to you. And you wake up. You hear the bells tolling. You've heard someone calling out, land. Your arrival is imminent. What would you like to do?
Talk to my bird. A raven. Tulip, we are here.
There is an exaggerated stretching of their wings. For even being able to fly along with the ship, the idea of being too far away from you has been challenging. So the concept of being on land as a bird is still appealing to them.
And me. I don't have anything to gather up.
Just what you're wearing and what you brought with you in your sack.
Yeah. So I will prepare to exit the ship.
as you get up
In a new place.
from the small cot that you have. Mirrors in historical real world were things of luxury. In areas in high fantasy settings where you were able to have a little bit of magic imbued, they're not all that uncommon. And the Coven was able to get you into a place where you have a semi-private area, and as you stand up and you go and you prepare yourself to head up atop deck, you see yourself in the mirror. What does Iris look like?
Her hair is wild. It's red. Very vibrant, wavy, kind of going everywhere. She is a half-elf. She is average height, very pale skin, a scattering of pale rainbow freckles across her cheeks and her nose. Her clothes, she's got a fur collar on that she's gonna take off when she gets off the ship. It's too warm.
It's been too warm for weeks.
Maybe it was a useful pillow for the journey. On her neck, she has a simple leather cord with 3 pieces of wood, different types of wood, as charms on it. She's young, bright-eyed, excited to be in a new place for the first time, and she lifts her hand and strokes her horns. Tulu, I am so excited to figure out who it is that I keep seeing at night. Much better than when I was remembering that time in a cave.
Somehow, almost as if sharing some line of thought, you watch as Tulu shivers up and down their bird body as you think back to what you recall that evening, that morning in the cave. Your conversation with Torrent. What was said and what wasn't said. It felt like you left that conversation knowing more about yourself, having just been in their presence. Tulu stops shivering, flies over to the small dresser next to the door as if to usher you. Let's leave this small room behind.
You're right, we should go.
You make your way atop deck, and unfortunately, as has happened time and time again, and you thought to yourself, in the weeks, maybe they will come to understand. Maybe they will be more gracious. They give you a wide berth. The other denizens of this floating isle, if you will, the people who called this ship home for the past 2.5 months, see you, and you can see the fear in their eyes. As they do not look at you as an entity or as a person, but they look at you as the wavering threat on the horizon, their eyes not focused on your eye line, but focused on what you wear atop your head, not by choice, but by birth as they lock onto your horns. And you have come to learn over the past several weeks that nearly all individuals have felt and acted this way. Stark contrast from what you know back home. There's been one individual that has treated you differently. You have heard them referred to as Lord Drukari Esters. You do not necessarily know or understand what the insignia means, but they appear to have some type of kraken-like creature emblazoned on their armor, which appears to be more like regalia than it does actual useful armor. You've heard other people use the term Morkoth. You've also seen him given great deference on this ship. And as you come up, you see him standing, looking off the side. And they can almost sense or feel, maybe hear the skittering of feet as people shuffle away from you, they turn around. They don't know you. You haven't shared a conversation. But they offer you a nod as they see you as a person and lock in. And in the distance, but not that distant, you can see Port Haven on the horizon. Anything you'd like to do before docking?
I would like to look around at all of the faces and think about maybe where they've come from, who they are, and in my head, wish them well.
Go ahead and give me an insight check, or something else if you have a more applicable lore that you've selected.
17.
As you look around these individuals and you are putting goodwill back out into the world, you're not thinking, why me? You're thinking, what has happened to them to make them feel this way? You realize that these people wear the mantle of fear and remorse. These people fear you because you are different than what they know to be true. You are looking at individuals that have fled from their homes. They don't see you as a monster necessarily because of what they know that you are. They see you as the unknown. And at this stage in their life, the unknown is too much of a gamble. They have to protect theirs and their family. You see a weight behind those eyes. And you come closer. Individuals milling about. They ask for most of the individuals on the ship to go either back below deck or towards the center so individuals can work as it comes to actually bringing the ship to dock. You see that there appears to be, probably in your words, a welcoming party of sorts. You see that there is an individual who looks quite similar, yet slightly more old and grizzled, who appears to be standing in the harbor, wearing very similar armor to what you know specifically this Lord Drakari Esters has been wearing, even on the hottest of days. And you see that there are also families and loved ones standing, waiting to welcome the new arrivals. And among those individuals standing there, there's someone that you don't quite recognize, but they seem to be locking eyes with you immediately. Giovanni, what's going on down at the docks?
Well, so I've had weeks to think about this.
Yes.
And I still haven't quite decided. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play it by ear. That's how. So I'm like looking for like the horns. I see the horns. And then like by the time I'm realizing we're like making sustained eye contact, it's too late. Like, I know, like I've clocked her, she's clocked me, and she's clocked me clocking her, and vice versa. So now I'm just gonna be like, and this is still like from the shore to like the ship.
Yeah.
That is very odd. No one has waved at me for weeks.
And this person seems to be quite interested in what you're about. It docks, individuals begin to get off the ship. You watch people embracing their families and their loved ones. You see Lord Drakari Esters walk over, and rather than a heartfelt embrace, you see that there is a clasping of arms between these two men. Some type of nod of approval. You can't necessarily make out what they're saying, but you watch as Lord Drakari gestures back, hands over some type of small journal. And Joanna, you'd be able to see this as well from your vantage point, maybe better, to be quite honest.
Do I know these guys?
You would know that the individual who has come off is Lord Drakari Esters, son of Lord Desta Esters, who is essentially the ruling lord in House Stormwave, essentially regent of Port Haven in the southeastern area of Viridia. Specifically, and there's no history roll required for you on this, mainly because of your background and your knowledge, you also know that their full title is Lord of Port Haven, as well as Warden of the Seas.
Ooh. Got it.
Is that Lord Drew Carey Esters?
Drew Carey. No.
Yeah.
Drukari. Son of Lord Desta Esters
Desta.
of House Stormwave.
Right. So he's Desta's niece child.
And there's actually, 100%. Ohio is actually present in this place.
I'm not going to make this.
Maybe. And, Arliss, you're one of the last people who needs to get off the ship.
I let the others go ahead of me.
They gladly take the opportunity.
So what if she doesn't get off the ship?
You want Misa's just like chomping.
Do I go on the ship?
You watch as Misa like goes to take a couple of steps back and then puts their head beneath your rump and then just like pushes you forward.
Hi. Jubanu Al-Jasur. I like your horns. You're a witch, right?
I'm adding that to my one of my openers.
How do you know me?
I don't really, but I could just tell from a distance. You know, I've known a lot of witches in my day. You know.
Who do you know?
Witches?
Yes, which witches do you know?
Oh, which witches?
Yes.
I know a witch named Millie. She can do all kinds of hexes.
What kind of witch is she?
Oh, a very very old witch, total crone. I was.
I'm gonna start just.
Okay, wait, sorry. Forgive me if this is forward, but do you, as a witch, can you fix hair? I'm going gray, and I heard that witches can do a concoction or some kind of spell to make it go less gray.
There's nothing wrong with gray hair.
Oh, I mean,
I have this streak of white and then this streak of black in my own hair. Why would you fix it?
Oh, well, you know, I just, I want to look as young as I feel.
I reach my hand in my pocket and just pull out, like, some ash. Just, like, start to smear it on his head.
Oh, is this magic? Ooh. Like, what's this? Oh, yeah.
I kind of, like, close my eyes and, like, pretend.
Can I pay you back with this book? And I'm going to pull out a book, Ashcap to Zipwort, Encyclopedia of the Fabulous Fungi of the Sable Marshlands.
Oh.
And by Glump Lumpley.
I am hesitantly excited to have that actually. Yes, I will take it.
Okay. Here, why don't I show you around the city a little bit?
You watch as, after you've rubbed the ash into their hair, pretended to do your incantation over it, you watch as Tulu hops off of your shoulder and hops not onto your shoulder, but onto your head.
Oh, is this part of the
Little bird feet.
I love this.
Begin to work it around. And then you watch as Tulu kind of nestles down into Jubanu's hair.
This is a good sign. I think I would like for you to show me around the city.
Wonderful. Well, that went great. All right. Does the bird stay? Is this part of the treatment? Or?
He can do whatever he wants to. He is his own bird.
Oh, right. I forgot. Birds. All right, so the bird stays. Love that. It doesn't poop, right? You know,
everybody poops.
Silly question. I don't know. I thought maybe witches.
He's a real bird.
I'm going to start walking slowly.
What are you pointing out exactly?
Oh.
You said you were giving him a tour of the town. Where you go back to?
This is the market square. Actually, you know what? I have a lore, tourism.
Oh, wow.
That's why I asked.
Which you said would never show up.
I'm giving you opportunities to use it.
Yes. So there we go. Oh, that's a total of 16.
With a total of 16. With a total of 16, Jabanu, you are aware of what the market district is. Exciting, but that's also like that would be what the touristy thing to do is to show that. But you also know with your tourism, you also know the off the beaten path types of locations. You know that there is a lighthouse that is quite charming to view. It also gives you a remarkable vantage point of the exterior walls of Port Haven and the unique circular rotating gate system that they have. You would also be familiar with the parapets, the ramparts specifically, because they have a unique feature, I guess we could call it, especially whenever there are heavy storms that come in. There are areas for arcane mages to create... the weird thing that comes to my mind is almost like a gazebo overhead. They're able to create an arcane net that goes over Port Haven to make sure that essentially the weather, regardless of what's happening on the seas, doesn't affect Port Haven specifically. Not actively in use, but it's cool.
Weather is actually kind of nice.
I mean, I agree. I mean, you know, none of this stuff was here 100 years ago. I mean, that was mud. That wall, waist high. You know, this place was a backwater. It's grown a lot.
How far away have you walked away from Lord Jukari Esther's and Lord Desto when you say that?
I mean, I feel like maybe if let's say they're in earshot.
Yes.
Thank you for this gift.
Yes.
You're doing your like backwards tour guide thing. Oh yeah, look over here. This is a very short wall. Now it's a big wall. It's a great wall. Yeah, and they've already made their way past you, and you don't bump into Lord Jukari Esther's, but you feel a firm hand grasp you on the shoulders, and it doesn't squeeze hard. It just stops you, almost like somebody saying, "Hey, you were about to walk into me." And let me help you out here. And you look up and you see an individual who's roughly about 6'3.5", approaching 6'4". You would recognize him as the only person who had been kind to you on the entire ship. And sees you, nods again, looks to you, looks you up and down. Are you sure this is a wise decision?
No, I'm not sure, but my bird, Tulu, seems to like this guy. And the goat is very cute.
You've made your determination based on the settling of a bird upon one's head and this goat.
Is that bad?
I don't believe in telling any of my citizens how to live their life. I simply wish to ensure you, one, either knew this man or that you were being safe. If you need anything, call on the guards.
I will do that. If I need anything, I can take care of myself. And I don't know anyone here.
I saw that firsthand on the ship. It was a travesty how those people treated you. That is not how I would run this city. I apologize on behalf of all of them.
Yeah, it's terrible when you get judged by your appearance.
I judge those who wait on harbor docks for young women who are new to these lands, who are clearly traveling salesmen. Have I misjudged?
All right, I know how it looks, Mr. Stormwave or whatever. But you know, I'm a pretty upstanding citizen. I sell books. What kind of bad person sells books?
There is much knowledge that can be found in books, both good and bad. What types of books do you peddle?
Got that right. Well, I got...
You're not one of those smut peddlers, are you?
Hey, listen, one person's smut is another person's tasteful erotica. You know, and I can't even have this conversation again. All right. Good day, Lord. I don't. Wave, storm,
Stormwave.
sea warden. Lord of the ocean, whatever you are.
And that is my father.
Oh, I lose track of human years. I mean, I remember your father. You look just like him when he was young.
And you watch as there is a sparkle for a moment, as there's some type of admiration at this. Maybe this is some type of like gesture, it's an offhanded comment for you, but you get the feeling this is a man that took that as the deepest of compliments.
Mm.
I hope you enjoy your stay in our city, and I hope you enjoy the new additions that we've made in the past 100 years.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, be sure to leave your comments on the way out with our Bureau of Tourism. I'm sure they would love to hear it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll do that too.
Very well.
If I leave, I might be here for much longer than I think.
And like you see that there's a moment like is she being kidnapped? Like are you asking for help? And decides to not intervene in the lives of these individuals and heads back off. And you see there's a small retinue of soldiers that all appear to really not really care about what was going on. They seem to be the types of folks that this is something that their lord does often. Mingle, connect with some of the folks who have just arrived. Interesting to pick maybe a single person out of all these, but maybe there's good reason. Where do you take Arliss after your quick tour?
Before you take me anywhere, what is your name?
Giovanni Al-Jasur. Pleased to meet you.
And the goat?
Maiza.
Maiza. Good to meet you, Maiza. I think Maiza is Scratch.
See, Maiza is at first a smidge hesitant and kind of leans into it.
You found her scritchy spot.
Back leg.
I'm pretty good with animals.
Huh. Yeah, me too, actually.
Nestles further down into your hair.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Oh, watch the bun. Oh, you're pulling it. Oh.
Starts pulling it out.
No,
Strands.
no.
All willy-nilly.
Oh.
Anything else?
It's not staying in.
I'm content to just follow you around.
Yeah. Oh, wait till you see the blue light district. You'll know what I mean when we get there.
All right. And I'm just keeping an eye out for a golden boy with a golden face mask.
We all.
Could it be?
So true.
It could be anybody. It could be any of us. It could even be you.
Yeah.
Could be me.
Could be me.
As you all go about your tour, maybe you spend some time at the lighthouse, you go and look at the different statures of walls, you take a look at the ramparts, quite much, they're much taller, essentially, than they were 100 years ago. Quite impressive. And we pan, once again, to just outside the city gates. And we spend some time with the bestest of friends.
So true.
Nim and Kennedy. Now, there's some important information that you all need to be reminded of, need to be aware of.
Notes.
You all have been traveling together for several years. Since the fateful night Harry met Sally, you knew right away that it was going to be a lasting friendship. It's been several years you all have traveled, and I dare say that they've been some chaotic years. You've been rushed out of a few taverns. You've been rushed out of a few small villages, a few small towns. But it's been an exciting couple of years. And Kennedy, speaking directly to you, in this relationship, in this friendship, you've never wanted for anything.
The concept of always ensuring that there is a warm place to lay your head, to always ensure that there is excitement, that there is warmth, that there is food on the table. Nim has been many things. Nim has been a provider. And Nim, there are those, certainly no one at this table, who would say that it's dangerous for a woman to travel alone on the road.
It's so true.
And having Kennedy by your side hasn't changed how safe you are. But it's changed the comments that people make.
Yes.
And together you have made, well, quite the power team. Recently, you all had given yourself a little staycation over on the beaches of the sun-soaked shores. Now, again, this being a tourist location about 2 weeks northeast from Port Haven, you saw your number of criers and individuals throwing out flyers for various things. Now, both of you are very interested in traveling to Port Haven for very different reasons. Nim, you are well aware of the goings-on of nobility. It's part of your job, right? As an archivist of the grand archives within the Arcadia Academy. Understanding who is where and when. You know that House Stormwave, specifically the Wardens of the Sea, complete an annual trip visiting other major port cities, both as part of trade, but also to ensure that there are still good tidings between the families across the continents. You're less interested in the ins and outs of that, and more interested, you know that there is no better time to arrive to Port Haven. The vintages that they bring back are spectacular. It's something to see. Kennedy, you have a very different reason for wanting to go. One of the criers, individuals passing out some type of flyers, various things, as you laid, and I can only imagine, on the beach, cowboy hat resting down upon your eyes, a small pamphlet somehow slips its way right up under that hat. And you can see on it, it says, "Brought to you by the gallant gallanteers, 1 week only, Port Haven. The finest troubadours in all the land are putting on The Fish Mother, Memories of an Angler."
Yes! Let's go! She sounds hot.
Drop that down. My question for you, Kennedy, is how does that make you feel?
Getting that pamphlet after it went in my mouth, first and foremost, spitting it out, reading it 3 times over, just to make sure that I read
Memories
correctly.
of an Angler, The Fish Mother.
I instantly seek out Nim, and by doing so, not in the sense of being quiet, I am screaming your name to find you, like an excited child.
Yes, incredible.
Can it?
Nim! Hey, sorry, what are you doing? Nothing. That's not besides the point. Read this.
Oh, this would be right up your alley, wouldn't it?
No.
Yeah,
Can we go, please? God.
for you, of course. Anything, absolutely. This trip is all about us and having fun and unwinding. That last score was very good. So, yeah, of course we deserve it. No, you did great.
The maid dress was just a little tight, so next time can we choose something a little different?
Are you sure? But you look so dashing.
Please.
Oh, well, we'll look for something, all right? Does that sound good? Maybe
yes,
we can get,
thank you.
Maybe like some sort of fireman. Yeah, we'll find something.
All right.
All right, wonderful. All right, okay. When does it start, Kennedy?
It starts in roughly 2.5 weeks. If you were to leave now, you could probably catch half a week's worth of shows.
This is destiny, all right? If we leave now, we can see about a half week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know how fast we can travel. We need to get there.
We can do this, Kennedy. We'll make this dream come true for you. Absolutely. Of course, of course.
I work hard. I deserve this.
You do. I would give you the world, Kennedy.
Then you are aware that your sabbatical ends in roughly 3 months' time. And you've already requested the one and only extension, which was approved. And so while this is not impossible for you to make it to Port Haven and then to still make it back to Archaeath, it is a choice because you have to plan accordingly to ensure that you can fit in anything else that you wanted to see or what you wanted to do on the way back.
We'll make it work. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, of course. We just might, we can always just forge some documents. We got held up or something. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll make this work. For you, Kennedy, yes, of course.
I'm going to look past the forging of the documents.
Good,
I don't understand that one,
Fair.
and I already do enough as it is. Yes!
And we fast travel 2 weeks and roughly 2 days that it took you to arrive. Because it is a major tourist destination between Port Haven and the sun-soaked shores, the beaches connected, they're well guarded. There was no issues, nothing that caught you unawares. And you arrive to the northeastern gate of Port Haven. Port Haven is interesting in that there are not large portcullis or large barred gates. There is a rotating, almost spheroid type of situation where individuals step into it, they are assessed, kind of like a customs area. It continues rotating, letting the next person in and the previous person out, into an inner vestibule area for a second round of inspections. And they are then permitted to enter into Port Haven, only after doing all of those things. As you all arrive, you see that there are several lines. There appears to be a line for residents. There appears to be a line for non-residents. There appears to be a line for diplomats. There also appears to be a line for like special duty inspection. What line would you two like to go to?
I mean, would special duty, would that include like rare books or?
If you had in your possession rare scrolls or manuscripts, you would certainly be able to claim those and then be able to proceed that way.
I mean, just a couple, right? It's just for fun. Yeah, absolutely. Let's try that one. Yeah, I think.
It is the shortest of all lines, tied with the diplomat area. You see that people look very, very bored over there at that main entrance. Very few diplomats appear to be traveling via the road, coming back from the beach this time of year. You see that for the most part, it appears to be a steady stream of individuals moving through the resident line, and a roughly equal stream of individuals moving through the non-resident line, but that one seems to be moving much slower than the resident line.
Oh, no, Kennedy, that's not for us. That's not for us.
Right, the diplomat one is for us, right?
No. Yeah, we'll go to the special duty one.
But if that one doesn't work, can we go to the diplomat one?
I don't see why not.
Awesome.
Sure.
You make your way over to the special duties inspection.
Yeah.
You see that there are a couple of individuals. They look more scholar-like than anything else. Individuals that you would probably see around the academy. And they kind of get up from their seats outside. It's still early in morning as you are arriving, and they're here. And while it's not necessarily covered, there is shade by the walls themselves. They push up their glasses. Appears to be a half-elf individual. They have their hair pulled back. It is brown, yet starting to gray, pulled back into like a mid and low loose pony. Please state items for inspection, your intent within the city, your length of stay, any documentation that you have to prove what organization you work for.
Oh, of course. So I'm on sabbatical from the Grand Library at Archaeath. Here's my credentials. Yes, I think so too.
Takes it,
Yeah.
looks at it. What did you give him?
I gave him my documentation that says I'm on sabbatical.
Which you certainly have, because that is definitely true.
It is.
And he looks at it, passes it back.
you, thank you. And yeah, we're just here perusing books, gonna take in the sights. Mm-hmm.
What will you be selling?
Oh, just like a couple scrolls. I have some poetry. Are you
I need
interested?
to see them.
Oh my goodness. All right. So needy. Here you go.
You watch as this is an individual that looks like, and I don't want to say this is a first for Nim. I'm sure you've experienced this maybe a few other times. Again, I don't want to put words in your mouth. This individual doesn't appear impressed by your charms whatsoever.
This is an outrage.
Please, the documents.
Here they are.
And you watch as their face lights up as they look at the documents that you provided in a way that most individuals light up when they look at you.
Mm-hmm.
What did you give them?
I have like the documents of provenance for like a couple books of poetry, like, that I threw in my bag. Yeah. Just some ancient scrolls. Yeah.
It's a light sabbatical unnecessarily. You gotta do this, right?
Yeah.
Looks at this, and there's a quivering for a moment. Why are you selling these here? Why are you selling these at all?
Well, I mean, I don't have to. Do you want them?
And you watch as something awakens inside them, an opportunity. Build their own archive.
Mm-hmm. This could be, these are some great starter scrolls.
Continues pushing it forward. What about you?
I'm just with her.
This is my assistant.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I can't do what I do without Kennedy.
You understand we're going to have to keep these documents for several days to verify their authenticity and to prove that they have not been stolen. Do you consent?
Are you sure that's necessary? Could perhaps we come to another agreement? Perhaps.
Ma'am, are you trying to bribe me?
Is it working?
And you watch as one of the guards that's over at the diplomat area is not that far away from each other.
Yeah.
It kind of peeks their head up and just looks over just to watch what this person is going to respond with. It is not.
In that case, I wouldn't dream of it. Of course, keep the documents. What do I need my silly little documents for? Yeah.
They will be safe with me.
Okay. All right, promise.
I didn't say nothing. Or you seem very uptight.
That's true.
I'm a man that's serious about their job and documents.
Paper.
And they look at you, mouth agape. They look at your cowboy hat. They look at your boots.
They're nice, aren't they? I know they are. Thank you for looking.
Mm-hmm.
You will be able to collect your items in 2 days' time.
And who should I request them from?
And pulls out a small stack of papers over here that's folded in an accordion style. This pamphlet will tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, thank you. You've been so helpful.
Oh, he hasn't.
Shh, Kennedy. So we're just making friends.
A kind word with my supervisor would go a far way.
Wonderful. I'll keep that in mind. 5 stars.
And you watch as they go over, touch a section of the wall, it begins to spin, opening up. You step inside, and you see that there is an individual, and there is a couple of chairs lining against the wall. And you hear the individual behind say, "Please enjoy your stay in Port Haven."
Thank you.
And do you step inside?
Yeah. Step inside.
As you step into this area, it's probably about 20 feet radius, 40 foot wide here, and then it begins to rotate again. And as it rotates, it closes up. There's no sunlight in this room, and there's a female figure that appears to be wearing looks like it's some type of clerical or medical garb. And the lights all come on. There's this blue torchlight. This will not take long. Please just have a seat wherever you'd feel comfortable. We have to do a quick inspection to make sure you're not infected.
Oh. Really? Oh, okay. All right. Sit down.
Would you have an arm that you prefer?
This.
Yeah.
And comes over towards you first, and you watch and say, I'm going to need you to hold this firmly, and places a small purplish crystal with these like golden veins on it.
Great.
Squeeze it if you can.
All
As if
right.
you're trying to break it. You won't, I promise you.
Oh, don't worry. I don't have the strength for that anyways.
Oh, Kennedy, you could if you wanted to.
Thank you, Nim. And I'll squeeze it.
You watch as you are squeezing onto this, they start pulling from roughly the crux of your elbow area on the inside and pull their finger down towards your clenched fist.
That tickles.
I'm sorry. I should have warmed my hands up. And nothing happens. And she says, okay, thank you.
You are
Painless,
welcome.
right?
What?
Painless, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's honestly, it's
What does that do?
to make sure you're not infected with the Scourge, of course.
Oh, of course.
Ah.
Yeah. What's like just to check in with your procedures? Like, what's your usual like go-to? You know?
Well,
mhm.
the test isn't perfect.
Of course.
It can't catch everything, and sometimes we get some false positives. But generally speaking, if we were to find somebody with a secondary confirmed test, it's quarantine. If we can catch it early enough, we manage.
Oh, good. Good to know that you're being secure. You know that I would hate to hear.
Here, your hand.
Yeah. Great. I'll take it.
She places it down in there. And squeeze it hard for me, please.
Ow, I'm trying. I have very weak wrists.
I can get you a brace.
Oh, you know, that would be lovely, actually.
And goes over to another section of this and goes and starts like rifling through some like drawers and various things. No, wrap won't do. I can't give this one out. It's too, I don't know, it's too nice. And starts trying to find things.
Okay, I look at the is anything happening with the crystal?
There is something warm in your hand, and it feels like it is beginning to burn.
Oh!
I'm gonna whisper, are we fucked?
Not yet, Kennedy.
Here, this will do just fine. And it looks old. It's been worn, but it brings forward a nice little brace here.
Cool. Oh, thank you. If you could just put it on.
And just wraps it around there appropriately. You can keep that, to be honest.
That's so kind of you. All right, yeah.
Well, I'm here to serve. This will only take a second.
Oh, thank you.
And as they begin to move their finger down your forearm closer to your clenched fist, you watch as it looks like your veins begin to pulse.
Oh.
Well, I got a question. I'm just kind of like put my hand like right here.
You're getting in my way of the test.
Oh, well, I have a question. I'm sorry. This is really important. If we're traveling together, don't you think that the other person wouldn't be infected? That
true.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is quite the opposite of the case.
Oh,
Oftentimes,
is that what you found?
individuals, and they seem very interested in this conversation. Individuals oftentimes, it sneaks up on them. We've had entire households. Essentially, one night they're fine, the next day.
Oh, my wrist! And then I'm gonna drop the crystal.
My wrist! And the crystal falls to the ground. It certainly doesn't crack. And she goes and she picks it up. And she comes back up and she looks down and she says, have you been anywhere tropical or semi-tropical recently?
Oh, we
spent a lot of time in the sun?
We just came from the sun-soaked shores.
That's probably it.
Oh, that must be.
We've had strange reactions with individuals that have spent too much time in the sun or otherwise in tropical climates. Here, I'm going to give you this. And she reaches down and there's another one of those crystals, much smaller.
Oh,
Just for good measure.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on to this if you find yourself feeling under the weather. Just please report in.
Absolutely. We will take it as our sworn responsibility to protect this city. Yeah. And especially after this wrist brace, I don't know what I would have done without you.
You hear the wall begin to rotate again as there's another individual that's like got a full like wagon caravan behind them, and it looks quite fancy, quite nice, like somebody's bringing in the finest of wares into this city.
Oh, interesting. Do I see any recognizable insignia on this wagon they're dragging?
The wagon that you see
Yeah.
being dragon is, you would see that specifically it is of House Stormwave.
Okay.
It is a familial merchant returning back to the city.
Awesome.
And she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I lost track of time. Here, enjoy Port Haven. And enjoy, hopefully your wrist feels better.
Oh, thank you so much. It already feels worlds better.
I love your boots."
Thank you. They are nice, aren't they?
And the two of you head in. Specifically, Kennedy, it has the location. The location that was listed on your little postcard of the event essentially said, Market District overlooking the harbor. And then below that, you would also see, you can't miss us.
Well, first I'm going to reach out my hand for the small crystal.
Oh, thank God. Ew.
I'm going to take off my hat right there and then put it there so it's for safekeeping for later. And then, all right.
Yes.
This is, you've been here before?
Of course.
Where is this? I'm going to point at the location on the flyer.
Oh. It's like in this general direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here before.
Great. Okay, yeah. I point out where it is.
It looks a little bit different, but only because they've done like recent construction.
Oh, that makes sense. No.
But nothing
I hear
that
real
changes the
estate in
city.
this area is really taking off.
Yeah.
Hard to get people to leave their homes here.
Yeah.
Lead me.
Your wish, my command.
Thank you.
All right, okay.
And we pause and shift.
Oh God!
It's happening!
The credits just rolls. The campaign is over.
He said the thing.
He said the thing.
Oh wait, shift jokes. We gotta have a tally.
Yes.
As we go over
These guys.
to Icarus and Silas. Arriving to Port Haven at the exact same time for very different reasons, and certainly not traveling together. No. Let's first paint the scene for you, Icarus. Icarus, it's been some time since you completed your first mission after your 1 year on ice post-graduation, the College of the Weave. And while you had been instructed to make your way to Port Haven immediately after completing your first mission, well, it's been 1.5 years since then. It's important to note, though, that 1.5 years wasn't because you just dilly-dallied or chose not to move forward. At every village and every town that you arrived at, you were met with Hecate, somehow still watching over you, the paper owl of your mentor, Alderak, with instructions. Something to do in this town. Sometimes it was something to acquire. Sometimes it was something to just help with. Sometimes they were small, menial tasks. Other times, it required weeks, if not months, for you to get to know the populace to be able to successfully accomplish this. Now, finally arriving to Port Haven, as you first saw the walls of the city, almost knowing Hecate was on the way, you hear a fluttering on the wind. You couldn't be more than 200 yards away.
Hello again.
Hecate lands on your shoulder. Immediately you hear the familiar, as Hecate turns into a rolled scroll with a melted wax seal of a web. And inside, you see the following. Make yourself available. The town square is great for seeing a show. Your instructions will find you. And then below that, in a cursive print, in quotes, you see the following. Heavy is the head burdened by the mantle of chaos, especially one so far from home.
Do I have any insight into this? Is this some perhaps a common folklore saying or related to some kind of lore?
Every job and every mission that your organization has sent you on has been somehow coded like so. And maybe for the first 6 months, you found yourself remarkably frustrated. Why can't they just tell me who to talk to and what to do? And every single time you've been surprised how quickly and readily you either found your mark, your target, the person that you were meant to work for. You don't know exactly what this means lore-wise, but you've come to trust the process, or so I hope.
Well, at least it's coming to me this time. What do I see around me as
you approach, you see that there are 4 lines. There seems to be an entrance for residents, for non-residents, for diplomats, and then for special duties or inspections.
Here we are. I'll take that line.
And you begin heading towards the special duty and inspection, and you see somebody from the diplomat line kind of get up hurriedly out of their chair. Oh, no, my lord! This way, please. It would be our greatest honor to serve you this day.
And who are you?
And you watch as they check. And they hold their hand across a name tag that they're wearing, and it just says, Harvey.
My boy Harvey.
Harv.
And Harvey, please excuse me, I'm new in town. Why would I prefer the diplomat line?
There's a buffet in there.
Is that all?
It's a luxury most would deem never otherwise to afford. It's something we only offer to dignitaries traveling far and wide, diplomats. So, hey, I can ask for more. What do you want?
To skip the line.
My lord, that's unheard of.
Well, you heard it here first.
Make a persuasion roll.
Yeah.
That'll be a 15.
Okay. If this is my lord's wish,
Harvey's a good boy.
I will make it so.
Please do so, with haste. Thank you, Harvey.
Just so you know, there is no line at the diplomats. But you have got this man to agree to break the rules that don't need to be broken.
I will escort you through myself.
Very well.
And we pause here for a second as Harvey begins to make their way up, putting their hand up on the wall. And it begins to rotate through. And as it rotates through, you see that there are some individuals. And it looks like the best way to describe this is like you're in an airport and you've got a fancy credit card, so you're able to get into one of like the pre-travel airport lounges. And so there's various like fruit juices and things over there. It is like a rotating hot bar of snacks. And there's like everything you could ever want. People are just like sitting here dining, having a good time, right? But we pause as you see this for a second. Approaching the walls. Another city. Silas, your reason for arriving is somewhat different, although maybe with some appropriate air of nobility about it itself. Silas, managing odd jobs found on local tavern boards, help wanted, that's simple. It's easy. Oftentimes, there's not even a monster for you to deal with. Something that's been lost. Individuals in these parts go to the supernatural. You find yourself being more of a base detective than someone who is actually practicing what it means to be a slayer. That is until you received a raven. The raven from the guilds are rare, few and far between. This one was of particular interest. Specifically, it was a contract. It was a contract that was signed by Lord Desta Esters of House Stormwave of Port Haven. The contract said, please send anyone you can. We are struggling with, and it's a listing of things, ranging from disappearances, base afflictions, various illnesses, Scourge and non-Scourge related. There also appears to be some unique happenings in the local farms and area around here. Crops have been performing poorly, and the individuals who were in charge have no understanding, rhyme, or reason as to why. There is an addendum to the contract. And the addendum said, we do not wish to cause a panic. Please make yourself scarce and do not let the good citizens of Port Haven know what you are doing or investigating. In there, it also said that there would be a drop bag for you, nestled amongst the stalls of the market square. You would find your essentially upfront deposit for the work to be accomplished, the rest payable upon completion of the job. And you find yourself approaching the walls of Port Haven, and you see 4 lines. Residents, non-residents, diplomats, special inspections. What's Silas doing?
How long is the non-resident line?
It is a line that if you were to think about it in time and not length, you'd probably be here for the next 3 to 5 hours.
Okay. For the record, that is solely how I view things. Is it? How long
Units of
is this gonna
time.
take?
Yeah.
In a hurry to get that bag.
Yeah, I gotta get that
I'm gonna
one.
look at the specials line.
Mm-hmm.
Got a cart.
You see that a cart seems to be just now making its way through. Begins to rotate through. You see the individual who is sitting at the table of this inspection. They seem to be coming off of some type of high after letting the past person go. You also see that there appears to be must be a traveling dignitary or diplomat. It's hard to make out who they are or what they are, being given essentially the most one-on-one attention possible. And you see it open, and you see that there are individuals, slovenly so, helping themselves to quite literally a fantasy buffet in this room. Somebody immediately hands this individual, looks to be some fluted glassware.
I'm just gonna set that down.
Chocolate wonderful.
Seeing
There
the
must
smorgasbord,
Yeah.
my stomach is going to growl slightly. I can try that. Better not. So I'm gonna make my way to the specials line because the worst they can say is no, and then I go back and bother the guests.
You head towards the special duty and special inspections line. And before looking up, an individual starts to say, please state your purpose, reason for visiting the city, any items you need to declare, what you plan to sell, and how long your stay will be. And they're still looking down. And they look up, and you can tell and you can feel if they could sink further into this chair and recoil further away, they would do so. How can I help you?
I need it.
What are you selling?
And I'm gonna like lean forward and say,
You lean forward, they lean back.
do you want me to sell things here?
And you watch as an individual who has just finished pushing someone through, closing, bringing on the next diplomat, which there is none, sees what is happening. And you watch that they have a small like messenger bag at their side. And you watch as they immediately and rush over. They pull something out of the messenger bag, they slap it down on the table, and they push it in front of this individual who is recoiling in fear from you.
Instinctively, as I see another individual rush up and pull something, my hand goes to where a hilt would be. And I glance down to an empty scabbard. I look back up, unstruck, and then I take in the situation.
And the voice that now is becoming a face leans forward. We were expecting you, and you look down, and it's a sketch of you on the table. We were told not to let you enter with the rest of the citizens, or we may cause some type of a ruckus. We're going to bring you in through the guards' chambers.
That's fine.
Okay. And you watch as they're about to start small talk. And this is not something uncommon for Silas. Individuals who oftentimes are in some type of like pre-contractual negotiation. What are you going to do? Who are you going to slay? How much are you going to pay me? They try to fill the dead air with like, how's, slaying going? And it never goes well, right? And so you watch as this guard just stops. I'm sorry, this is I've never spoken to one of your ilk before.
I'm gonna shrug at him. I think you're doing all right.
Well, thanks, I guess. Here, I'll show you the way. And you watch as they head over towards the diplomat's line.
Just gonna follow.
And I need to know.
The guards have a buffet.
No. It's the most secure part of the inspection process. And so we have our main point of entrance and exit from there. That way it's more challenging for individuals to sneak in if they so deemed. Well, Icarus? Did you stay in there, or were you hurriedly trying to get out of there? Individuals are handing you goblets of what are sparkling ales.
Icarus is doing his best to move through the space. Every goblet he is passing off to another table or person or waiter or whatever.
You pass by a table. I see you're from Kiev.
I am.
You work for the College of the Weave, it seems.
I do. Thank you for noticing.
A rotund individual sitting down has a plate on their belly here. Sit with me, boy!
Just for a moment, and then I have important business to be getting to, I'm afraid.
I imagine very busy.
Yes, very. And the whole time he's looking beyond, and he's trying to just keep a mental image of this cursive quote that he's been given. So just looking around the room, but we'll entertain this guest for.
I was shopping for adventure myself.
Were you? Please tell me.
I was a young lad, yes.
I imagine we all were once.
My good sir, have I done something to offend you?
No, nothing at all. Please go on.
You watch as they attempt to straighten themselves up a little bit, and it kind of does a little bit of spilling some of the grapes off of their plate. They take the plate off of their gut and place it onto the table.
That's better.
I'll have you know, I'm a very important person.
I understand. You are here in the buffet right after the security clearance.
I'm beginning to question why you are here.
Important business.
You watch as they wipe a little bit of dribble off of their lips. Who do you work for?
Well, the business of the College of the Weave is important. I'm sure you understand, right?
I'd like to lodge a complaint with them. Who is your supervisor?
My supervisor.
Speak to manager.
Tell any of them.
Rotates. Silas, you're being brought in.
Do I notice him?
You recognize a slayer when you see one.
Icarus leans back, like kind of aghast, ignores the grape man.
what are you looking at, boy? Show! God, they've left him in.
And at this moment, he pulls out his watch. I don't know if you can hear it, but just looks him up and down. Yes. Worn leathers, large stature, some kind of monstrous deformity. That 1,000-yard stare in the sunken eyes. Slayer. And he kind of gives him thinking maybe this is his guy. He will let time resume. And just watch. Just lean back and just look. Silas, you are surrounded by individuals who are exuding wealth simply by their stature. Individuals who, well, I feel confident saying this, haven't wanted for much, certainly haven't missed a meal. Individual, we don't need to spend much time here. Here, quickly, this way. They lead you over to a panel on the wall. They press it in, they slide it off to the side, and you see that there is essentially like a lever or a switch back behind. And as they pull that lever, you watch as another wall slides open. And you see yourself being led through a tunnel.
I follow.
I would like to once again pause time. Push the guy's grapes on the floor and follow. And before I go, I'm just gonna like kind of just not even looking, just flick his nose. And
the time resumes, and there's like all the force that was just held there in time for a moment. Oh, great Scott! My grapes! Reaches down.
My grapes! My grapes! My grapes!
Silas,
Write that down.
while you were unaware of the stopping of the passage of time, you were keenly aware that the pressure has changed in this tunnel. It's the type of pressure that your unique heightened senses as a slayer, your predatory instincts, tell you there is another body here that wasn't here a split second ago.
my, what do we have here?
Wall slides shut.
Want to turn around.
And describe who you see.
You see a taller man, though maybe not compared to you, dressed in fine blue and brown leathers, some black. They look perfectly matched to the figure of the person. He's got golden accents everywhere and boots, and most striking of all, besides the gold features of his face, one eye gold, the other blue, is the half, almost pearlescent mask that only covers one cheek and his forehead, almost emphasizing the blue beneath it. Wrapped around his gloved hand is a pocket watch. And it seems, despite there being no wind in this indoor location, that his robes, his cape, his, I don't know, you call them bands on his belt, seem to still flow freely and elegantly. And he's looking at you with a curious expression.
Sorry, we just had these fans installed. Turns off the switch.
They still flow.
And who does Icarus see?
Before Icarus is I believe literally slightly taller man. I believe by 1 inch.
Yes.
We'll say eye level. There's a slight decline. And as you had observed before, the armor is mismatched and beaten. Now that you're closer, you have a better look at that deformity you had mentioned. There's a single horn growing out the side of this individual's head, covered with what looks like living ivy. As you lock eyes with them, you'll see that they are a vivid violet. And he's returning a glance to you, less of curiosity and more analytical.
Is this Harvey who's with him?
It is not Harvey.
Okay.
Harvey is still over at special duties. The guard who is here looks up, kind of surprised that you just appeared as the wall was shutting. I apologize, my lord. This is off limits even for someone of your station.
I'm afraid if the city requires a slayer, then this is business I too must attend.
Make a persuasion roll.
Can I? Yeah, I'll do persuasion. That's a natural 1.
What's your total? What's
we
your
got
total?
a 20 and we got a 1.
You watch as there is a mental calculation here. I know what those garbs are for. I know who you work with. Even so, my lord, I can't let you two go traipsing off. I will see you escorted through here, and if the two of you have business, I will let you get to it. Please, pray, tell me nothing of the work that is to be done here. It is certainly beyond me.
Silas has not broken his gaze as this conversation is going on, and I believe that should conclude my use of predator senses on this individual.
Beautiful. What would you like to be seeking?
I want to know if this individual before me has any sort of defenses up, either in anticipation of some sort of conflict or innate.
Beautiful. So while this is an innate ability, it is not a high-level magic. You are able to use heightened senses to get a better understanding. And what you were able to glean in that instant after sizing up Icarus, you see that there is a heavy crutch that is the pocket watch in their hand. There is a weight to them that seems to almost lean that way, as if that is the foot that they step with first here. If there's anything precious or a weakness of them, to them, around them, it is that item that they hold in their hand that seems to have more value than a typical pocket watch would. Beyond that, you don't get the sense of any other innate magical defenses.
I will talk over my shoulder at the guide that we have. Let's say somebody doesn't know what all that means. And I'll turn back to this individual and say, so who are you? You seem to know what I am.
I look at the guard. Is he changing any expression?
Looks like somebody who couldn't be more uncomfortable in their status as a third wheel.
Stuck in a narrow hallway.
Yeah, he's stuck in a narrow hallway. Yeah.
Trying desperately not to make contact.
Slayer, as much as I'd love to get to know you and get to know your name, I take it you're the type of person, if I see you again, we are in far greater danger than any of us could have believed. You may call me Icarus. I hail from the College of the Weave in Archaeath, and typically I'm sent on quite crucial missions. Typically. And your presence here makes me very, very nervous for what's expected.
Thinking back on the mission that I was given and the explicit instructions, I have to stop somewhere for supplies, don't I?
I suppose you do. Seems you're short a blade or two.
Nice watch.
Thank you.
And I will turn.
You are led further through. Eventually, you're taken through the outside of a guardhouse, kind of through the barracks and some of the areas where the guards house themselves. They are a nice little campus, if you will, in this small area. Again, this was originally a military base. From that point, this guard releases you. Says, I imagine you have business to conduct. I, too, have business to conduct. I mean this in the best way possible, but I do hope our paths do not cross. And kind of heads back in through the barracks. Icarus, you've been told that instructions will find you. Maybe see a show while you're in town. Silas, you've been told that there's a drop bag with your down payment, essentially, located in the market square. My real question is, if you're both heading the same direction, are you going to walk together?
I start going.
And do I know he's going towards the town square?
At this point, it's hard to tell, but it's the same direction you would be walking.
I'll continue following him.
How many feet back?
The cat and mouse game is beginning.
Accounting for the smell, 6 feet. Maybe 10. Maybe 11.
You're keenly aware
10.
this individual is walking the same direction
The
as you.
second turn, I'm just going to stop. Do you need something from me?
Good question. I don't know. I was hoping to go see a show.
Well, I'm not a performer.
Oh. I think you are. But probably not the one I'm seeking. What are you here for, really? I know it's important. You're not here for supplies.
I would like to know what this individual is after with this line of questioning. I'm not a conversationalist, but I am analytical.
Yeah. I will either take an insight, or if you have any other more applicable lore or skill you'd like to use.
I think insights here. That's going to be an unnatural 20.
Okay. You are not lying or hiding anything. I want you to drop a 20 for me, please.
Be a natural 19.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, thank you.
What are we doing, man?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
You guys size each other up. Silas, you are correct. You are not a conversationalist. Right? Yeah, of that you are certain.
Get a lot of practice.
Thank you.
But there is something more real and more raw in sizing up one's opponent. You learn more about an enemy that you are facing sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, than friends that individuals will have for years and years and years. They reveal their true selves in this moment. In that experience, that knowledge that you've gained from your training helps you to get a decent understanding of the individual that is before you. As you seek this with insight, it's not that you're looking for deception or some type of performance. You're trying to size up the man. And you realize that you're looking at somebody who's also working a job. You're looking at somebody who, like you, doesn't always get all the instructions. Like you, takes job after job after job, waiting for the next. Payday isn't the right word. Info dump might be the next thing. You're looking at someone that couldn't be further on the opposite side of the spectrum as you, yet somehow still lives very similarly to how you live your life. You watch as they stand there with a smug look on their face.
I wish I had the information to know exactly what I'm looking for, but I don't really believe in coincidences.
So you just assume it's me?
Heavy is the head burdened by the mantle of chaos, especially one so far from home, and boy, do you look
the hell does that mean?
Far from home. I don't think you're a simple fisher or one from around here. Neither am I.
Silas, give me a history.
Oh boy. That's going to be a 12.
That is enough.
Cool. That -1 hurts.
Essentially, the way it was said was almost the affront, which caused you to be like, what the hell are you saying? And then what was said actually sunk in. That's something your grandmother used to say.
You said your name was Icarus?
Correct.
You travel much?
I do.
Where?
It's a good question. Like I said, as you can tell, I am from Archaeath, but my job takes me all over.
You ever leave the continent?
I think so.
Not since you've graduated. You're not from this continent, though.
Mm-hmm. No, not for a long time. Not on any business.
I don't believe in coincidences either. Alright then. If you're gonna be following me, can you not be behind me? It bothers me.
It bothers me not what order we go in, if we're going to the same place.
I'm looking for a stable.
A stable. I was told the town square. I'll walk beside him.
Wow.
But with distance still.
I feel like that natural bubble has doubled in size.
Mhm. And I think we're both just
Yes.
stealing glances at each other as we walk. Just
I'm you can call me Silas.
I was hoping to.
Yeah, I know, but you...
Silas, I will remove one of the gloves. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
I'm gonna take off one of the crystals that I'm carrying. This is for you. And I'm just gonna place it in his hand for a second. Alright, that's fine. And I'll...
His eyes, the color of them, are they meaningful to me or are they just purple? Is that yes, they are meaningful to me?
You can't ask two questions that both have a possible yes answer.
He's right.
They are both familiar to you, important to you, and I dare say add a third thing. Truly on the edge of your seat, I know.
I'm curious.
There were probably, make this clean, only one other individual who had eyes similar to that.
I think it's best we stay in eyesight, but keep our distance. I draw enough attention on my own. I'm sure you're used to it in a alternative manner. You know what I mean.
So did you not want to walk beside me? You can do the follow thing.
No, we can walk even.
I'm assuming that this awkward bickering, are we bros or are we not bros? Type of thing
Still figuring it out.
goes on for some time as you make your way to the main market square. And at this time, unbeknownst to most of you, some of you, certainly not poor Enoch, you realize, well, you don't realize, I realize, that you're all in the same place for the first time, maybe just 30 or 40 feet above ground for some, as there are two individuals standing in front of a stage, curtains still drawn, individuals holding crystals, shining spotlights in a figure-8 infinity pattern. On the front, you can see the marvelous Castore Lilyfleet presents. And you hold on to your postcard ever so tightly for what is yet to come. Jabanu, Ireless, having completed your tour, you really only have one stall area. Bringing your wagon back, setting it up for the next day, you see for the first time these individuals, mostly children, appear to be rushing up to this stage.
We have the center.
You're up at the front.
We're
You're
up
up at the front bar.
Yeah, I just
Toddlers did I have to fend off.
It's like, oh no, that's
over kids.
Oh, that stupid show is starting again.
You've seen it now. This would be the fifth night that you've seen this show.
Oh.
I think this is my show. And standing in the crowd, I am just continuously stopping time, looking at everybody, trying to see if anyone looks crazy to me, and just over and over, just opening and closing my eyes.
Yeah, if
We're just like in different freezing.
this is your show, then I'm not sure that you should be in the crowd.
On one of those pauses, it's not that you see somebody, it's that you see somebody looking directly at you. As Ireless, from across the crowd, you see an individual that you've seen in your visions, in your dreams. What do you do?
This would be better as a short story. What?
Stop talking for a moment. Who is that golden boy over there?
Pause. You see someone pointing directly at you.
Oh dear. Do I recognize her?
No.
Look over at Silas. Does he look like he's clocked it?
I'm frozen in time.
And does he look like he's...
I don't think so.
Okay, they will find me. They will find me. I will resume time and just cross my arms and make eye contact back.
So did you not want to go to the stage?
No, I'll stay here.
Yes, the one with the mask.
Reynolds.
Hold on just a moment. I close my eyes. I send Tulu over.
The individual who had previously just been pointing at you closes their eyes, and you see Tulu hops off of this desert elf's head, digging up out of the nest they've made in their hair. It comes flying directly at you.
Silas, they have an attack bird.
Can I grab the bird?
You can certainly try.
I would love to try to grab the bird.
What's Tulu's AC?
Oh, no.
I believe it's 14.
It's 12.
12. No, you should have went with me.
Currently 12.
Yeah.
All right.
First combat roll.
I don't.
Oh,
I go a bird, and it goes 3 dimensions of movement in the air.
So someone grabs at me,
Yes.
and I look down, surprised, to see a horn. And I'm going to come back out of Tulu's eyes.
It's holding still.
And think about the dream, the vision, and can I picture any of the other faces that I've seen around the table, or is it just the one face?
It seems to have only ever focused in on the one face.
Okay. I need to meet him.
Wait.
And I just go running over.
Wait, hold still a second.
Wait, I kidnapped you. Get back here.
I don't think the bird's going to attack you.
No?
I just sprint over.
They seem to be running pretty aggressively in this direction.
Oh.
Reach for your sword. Not there. Giovanna, do you also give chase, or do you stay back where you were?
No, I'm running after Airless.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, come back.
Armed or unarmed slayers.
At this time,
day.
you hear erupting from the crowd. Everyone who is gathered here in this place is here for only
going to see the marvelous, the magnificent, the one, the only Castore Fleet! Shoots open. You see that there are 7 dancers all in fish costumes.
Oh my god!
And that's what we're going to call our session.
All right.
Yes.
Bam, 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 bam,
Let me tell you all something. Enoch's never going to believe the story.
You know,
Be like,
Yeah.
what's all you talking about?
I think these pairings are beautiful. I think a lot of growth was accomplished here. I think something that could have been remarkably creepy
This was
went off
adorable.
super well.
Yes.
I think you... Oh, just wait.
You're just the straw that's gonna break this whole thing open.
This is only the beginning, everyone.
Yeah, just wait until you try to become friends, and then we throw a giant metal baby into there.
We're gonna have to raise
This
it.
is
all have to
just
take
a
care of.
taste of really what is to come. And as we have just almost, got the entirety of our party all in the same place, hopefully soon all moving towards a similar, if not the same goal, I'm eager to see what revelry, raucous, terrible things this table's going to throw in my
I don't know why
way.
you looked at me when you said that.
I couldn't help it, and you know what you're doing. But thanks for hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time on the Shifting Realms.
Bye.